During the horrors of lockdown, my children and I built this guitar, this Telecaster, from a kit. I went to record for the grindcore project I'm doing, Reckoned as Dead, on this guitar, because teles are well metal, and it just sort of worked for a bit and then buzzed at me. It seems to be this pot here. It could be the jack, so I'm going to have to get in here, because it sounds like a bad ground, so I'm going to get inside and have a look. So this here might be the problem. It might be that this capacitor is actually brushing that centre pin there. So I've just pushed it over to the side. I've tightened this up. Let's see if there's any gain from that, so to speak. I'm not going to screw it all back together. That would be hopelessly optimistic. Oh, still buzzing. So my next suspicion is maybe the jack socket. I think I might have found something. So the ground wire that runs from here and should be connecting over here isn't, so it should be connecting here. So let's check it. So it should be grounding from here to here, and it's not. See where the grounds are going. I think we've got grounding issues, haven't we? Yeah. Right, this is really interesting. So that screw is somehow signal bearing. But it doesn't seem to screw into anything. It just seemed loose in my fingers, so I'm just going to try pulling the whole thing apart and see what's actually going on back here. It's a shame, I really don't want to do this, I just want it to work. Right, so I found the ground spring and it wasn't on the screw. I mean, these springs should be sort of around the pickup. So I'm wondering if these springs weren't grounding right. I don't know why this has come off the bottom here. Does it look like it was glued? Honestly don't know. It's just like a big bit of metal in the middle of nowhere now. What I've decided to do, so I'm going to solder a wire on here and run it through here and ground it. Just an extra ground wire. I mean, because I think what it's expecting is that the screw will go through here and screw into here, but I don't think there's actually a lot of thread on these. Like, I don't think it makes a very good contact here. And the only other thing I could do is try to fill that with some, I don't know, solder or something, but put wire around it. It just all seems a bit sketch. So I'm going to solder it from probably this blob here that already has solder on it, just run it through there, and that should resolve the grounding issue, I hope. I put a tiny bit of flux on. I'm going to try to feed this through here. Oh. And we need to make sure this is earthed as well, don't we? Because if it's not going to make a good connection there, it's all very well connecting that to there, but that also needs to make sure it connects to the bridge. And the bridge connects to there. Okay, it should be okay, because that's grounded from this wire here. So it's grounded twice over. Okay, should be fine then. I have to leave this wire quite long, aren't I? Right, try to solder my fingers. Using entirely the wrong soldering iron tip. I should have thought about this. And it'll melt eventually, right? I think I'm going to change my tip. what we've got in terms of continuity. Yep. So by extension, yep, bridge grounded. Well, it's strung up, beautifully in tune, sweet as a nut. It's all working. So I'll tune this up, I'll set it up again. Oh, string's not quite on the tree. I'll sort all that out. But yeah, successful, pretty much.
I've got a website. Remember those? gavd.co.uk.